Please remain inside the tram at all times. All set? Well set.
During the tour, please keep your arms and all items inside the tram. If you need any kind of guest assistance, for instance, a medical emergency, or you drop something of value off the side of the tram, do not jump off of the tram. This is unsafe for you and those working at the studio. Instead, reach overhead and pull on the red cord that runs down the center of each car. Your guide will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Please remain seated and do not exit the tram on your own for any reason. Wait for your guide to provide assistance. We can't emphasize strongly enough how important this is. Remain seated and inside the tram at all times while on the tour. We appreciate your cooperation.
Quantum testing center, where you will see the secrets of our place, like these. Here at the center, ordinary people seem to explode around impossible.
You can take any seats, any open seat.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard the world-famous Universal Studios tour. I will be your guide for the next 45 minutes. We have sets, stuntmen. Excuse me, that's something caught in my throat. Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard the world-famous Universal Studios tour. As you board the tram, move all the way to the far right, and all of you with the seats. No children whose feet do not touch the floor of the tram should be seated away from the outside gates. Be mindful of those gates. Those gates are going to come down on the chair. As those gates come down, does everyone have looking glasses? If you do not have 3D glasses, raise your hands. Get them up in the air. Our studio tour ambassadors will see that and get you a pair of 3D glasses. They are for King Kong 360 3D. As part of the tour, once we take off, you will not be able to get those glasses. So once again, make sure you're following the 3D glasses. It's like everybody tests. Alright. Don't put them on yet. They'll melt your eyes. It's very painful and embarrassing. There is no 3D happening just yet. In fact, we're doing all the work for you. Sit back, relax, enjoy the tour. When it's time to put the glasses on, let's say when they put them on. You only have to wear them one time. So just handle them for now. So you're probably wondering why I gathered you here today. Well, you're going to take the world-famous Universal Studios tour. This is the first tram of the day, and it is full of surprises. We really have no idea what's going to happen out there on this tour. The first tram of the day. This is an actual working movie and television studio. We do have production going on. However, you think that they come up because it's not too busy today. Now, we are busy, and the thing is the tour works around production. Production does not work around the tour. So that means that there are certain areas where we normally would take you. We can't take in there if it's being used for filming. And there are some areas like that on the lot today. However, these productions are not filming today. So the other added bonus is that we get to go closer to those sets, and I will not have to run an off the microphone throughout the tour. That's how we do it around here. We work around production by, particularly on the back lot. It's very quiet. You can hear a pin drop. As a matter of fact, it is a designated area of no flyover zone. Except for the helicopters, the drones that land at the nearby airport, they don't fly directly over the studio because of the sound issues. So people film on the back lot because it's nice and quiet. So they definitely don't want someone passing by on a tram with an amplified voice saying, "Look at that woman over there. What are they? How come they yelling at me? I don't get what." So we have to be off of the microphone when we pass near those areas where they're filming. Sometimes you can see the production crew, and sometimes not, depending on where they're located. They might be behind the set, or they may have a fence put up so you can't see what they're doing, because a lot of times they're filming key sequences on the lot, and guess what? We all have cameras on our phones, so sometimes the productions don't want people taking pictures of those sets and then of course posting them and telling all their friends in the room, and the surprise that might be a part of that production. So we get off the microphone for that, for the near the area, so you don't ruin the sound, even though you may or may not see the actual filming crew. But today is not the case for that, except for one of the sound studios, a couple of the sound studios. I mean, have to get off the microphone for that because we got Luke filming on the lot, starring Maya Rudolph. They're working on season 3 right now. It's a Universal Studios television show, and it streams on Apple TV. Alright, those gates are coming down. Watch your arms, legs, and hands. Those gates come down, and it looks like we're taking off now. Are you excited? Orange whip, orange whip, orange whip. Oh, we can't get the orange whip because Marines, we are leaving. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Here we go. My name is Marcellus. Our driver's name is Jimmy, and we're going to take you behind the scenes of the biggest and busiest production studio in Hollywood. I don't think you mentioned my co-host. You know that's the host of the Tonight Show. It is Jimmy Fallon. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Marcellus.
And the greatest driver.
My name is Jimmy.
They're the best. I love them. Even though it's
Marcellus.
only $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Alright, just a few safety rules. Pay attention to the quick sequence of the tour. Personal assistance of any kind. Putting up an emergency of any kind. Drop someone over the side of the tram that's important to you. Or if you have any audio or visual issues where you can't hear me or see me, give a ton of emergency cord located above you at the center of the tram. The tram will stop when it is safe to do so, and I will come back to assist you when it is safe to do so. Otherwise, please remain seated inside of the tram at all times, keeping your arms, legs, and hands inside of the tram at all times. And keep in mind, the studio is private property. So if you happen to drop your cell phone or you use the restroom really badly, don't get out of the tram. It is trespassing. They will come and get you. It's embarrassing. Just give a ton of emergency cord. Sit back, relax. I will come back to assist you when it is safe to do so. Also, there is no smoking of any kind on the tour, and be prepared to do throughout the tour. There are allowable noises, secondary movements, fire effects throughout the tour. So if you typically actually see water coming toward you, protect the cameras. They will get wet just like you. And according to the safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you're on the tour. For those in the room, there's what's in store for you. Leave the theme park behind the table to the actual movie television studio, where some of Hollywood's biggest names come to work every day. Not the movie posters. Just a few examples of movies we've made here at Universal Studios, starting after 1914 with an epic silent film entitled Medical Hippies, that we have movies recently such as Nosferatu, Wicked. That's right, maybe two from that thing. So finally, there's some kind of different around here, up in the city or something. Well, in North Carolina, they found Universal Studios called this the strangest city in the world because it's a city built in a city. You know what? We are a city. We're officially known as Universal City your right, Super Nintendo World. Home of Mario and Luigi, Star Trek, City, 2023, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Under that, our sound streams of the 600 doors are open. Getting ready to actually bring in reproduction. Without build the sets. Anyway, these states have been used for shows such as Bel Air. Bel Air, starring Brian Johnson and Lee Shaw, that streams on our streaming platform Peacock, and they're coming back for season 4. Right now they're in season 3, streaming season 3 rather. And these stages were also used for season 4 of the Universal television show Hacks, starring James Martin and Iron Butler. Before streaming came along, Universal dominated the broadcast airways with 80% of the television shows. Universal took it a step further by making movies for television. Known as the movie of the week. That was Universal's idea. And the most popular was Sunday Night Mystery, the characters such as Columbo, McCloud, Willoughby White. There have been new shows since then. We got We're Home to Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez and Ryan Lopez. And there's a movie you see in season 3. We're also home to Ted, Seth MacFarlane, Scott Barnes, and Ryan Burkholder. They're back in season 2. They've been going over a lot. And we're also home to Suits LA, starring Stephen Mel. And we also introduced the sequel, brand new workplace comedy called St. Dennis Medical, starring David Alexander, Clinton McCutcheon, and Allison Tolman. They're coming back in season 2. They were filming on the last season. And coming up on you all right, seasons 16, 17, and 18, they're released for season 3 of Meat, starring Maya Rudolph. We saw her riding by the dog park the other day, so she's around here somewhere. Also want to keep the cameras on because we have Easter eggs all over the property. Tell me one of those Easter eggs. Tell me one of those Easter eggs. These minions, they're huge. That's an eyesight minion right there. After minions. Coming up on your right is Stage 19. Stage 19 was released for blockbuster motion pictures such as an Oscar-winning motion picture, Oppenheimer, starring Academy Award-winner Teddy Murphy, Robert Downey Jr. On your left is the second biggest teddy bear I've ever seen. That's Ted. He's huge. He looks a lot smaller than he's used to. But anyway, Ted is standing in front of the series of 10 bungalows of once current dressing rooms, the movie stars such as Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Kenny Stewart, Paul Newman. Today, the production offices occupied by the likes of Mark Platt Productions went to the hit Oscar-nominated musical motion picture Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh, Jeff Goldblum, and directed by John H. Also coming up on your left, Vulnerable 5195 with the Alfred Hitchcock logo out front. You'll see it in a moment. Who's Alfred Hitchcock's production office for the Alfred Hitchcock presented television series?
Bruce said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. I should be a flying. I'm a musician.
Very exciting. Just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office.
Hitchcock has influenced every director.
And I saw Hitchcock was walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I love working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood theater and birds.
Birds? Oh, yeah. Birds? Oh, man. He said, the front lot we do our interior film. The back lot we do a large-scale exterior film. We will show you sets from some of your favorite movies and television shows. The sets that you see on our back lot may look like real buildings, but they are not. They're what we call facades. Just the false strength and size of buildings. Build a building before you see. The one looks like brick and concrete is actually formed by putting fiberglass. But you know what? We actually use three different types of sets on the back lot. The primary being the facade. We also have what we call a shell, as in seashell. We have all four walls of the building on the outside and nothing on the inside. Then we have the practical set, which we film on the inside of as well as the outside with functional interior. This depends on what the production needs are. Well, here we are in the heart of our back lot. On the right is our Metropolitan sets. This is our skyscraper district, by the way. Everything around here is 50 feet tall. It gives a cabin an impression that the buildings are as tall as buildings you can find in a major city. 50 feet is all you need. Your imagination takes over from there. Look to your right, you can see the exterior set for St. Dennis Medical. Yeah, it's all over a lot. across the way, we've got a beautiful brownstone neighborhood. You can imagine how many movie and television stars have walked down that sidewalk. The Academy Award winner Clint Eastwood. And that's the pairing all lemonade that's pretty refreshing. I didn't know better, Jim. I think we're into the 1950s, Hill Valley. What's going on here? We got 88 miles an hour? How did that happen? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are entering the Hill Valley. This is Courthouse Square, featuring insect films, Back to the Future, To Kill a Mockingbird, Bruce Almighty. Well, the reason it is dressed this way is for Universal Fan Fest nights. You may have heard of this. We're celebrating the best of sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, and anime all in one night, which means not that it's happening just for one night. It's happening over a series of nights right now, in fact, this month. And this month will be the last month that we'll be doing it this year. But you'll be able to celebrate the best of fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, and anime all in one night, because we're going to have all sorts of different places you can go to, including being able to walk around on this set. There's going to be a 1950s band over the bandstand there on your right. You'll be able to dance to 50s music. There's food down here. You'll be interacting with characters from the movie Back to the Future. So come on, check it out. Go to UniversalStudiosHollywood.com for information and purchase tickets. It's a separate event. It takes place at night. So we're see the main street of our Metropolitan that's known as New York Street. It has been dressed a little more often than not, but when it is dressed as New York City, it can be so authentic that it can even fool Jimmy Fallon. And I like fooling Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
There's been a lot made on Universal lot. You can even see our Metropolitan sets as part of the obstacle course for America's Ninja Warrior. They make you say it like that too. There's a taking place in the world on our back lot. In the big city now, taking care of a remote island known as Skull Island. Who's Academy Award-winning director Peter Jackson with that.
The Universal Tram making its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife at Skull Island.
Oh, look at the wildlife in Skull Island. Wait a minute.
In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We are just taking the Kong and Skull Island and dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Don't be, because you're not going to see big side of the train at all times, and they don't be afraid of walking. Just put hang on as adventure awaits. back at one of the largest taking the 3D screens. Glasses, you're going to turn your head to it. On the left, one last look at Metropolitan set. Live events such as this live. I used a lot of some work on the Metropolitan sets over the years. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Lady Gaga, the Taylor Swift made a music video, Wildest Dreams in the Metropolitan sets. It's a good old Blues Brothers boys band. We have another Easter egg coming up for you at the end of the street on your right. It's a mural or a painting that is a change to a classic horror films. Universal Star Legacy started back in 1931. The traffic for that starting to build up like this and that. It's a continuous beginning of our double universe that was recorded this year. So this mural was painted by Jordan Peele Chris Peele coming up on your right.
An instrumental part of the process of designing these murals is getting to go to the Universal Archive. Going there, I got to see in person props from the movies, photos from behind the scenes, original illustrations from those movie posters, all this stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind making movies, but I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I come from is skateboarding, homage to where that art form started. And for me, it started in stuff in the street leader, tagging billboards and dumpsters. And without that, I never would be here, using spaces like this.
Well, knowing that mural glows in the dark, pretty cool. Oh, you're left to have a tremendous dream. I wonder what that's doing for.
Studio tour. I'm Chelsea Ballerine.
And I'm John Legend. Did you know that the Universal Backlash is home to the voice?
It is, that's right. We feature right here on stage 31, and don't miss our incredible new season every Monday and Tuesday on ABC.
Yeah. Everyone's not. You see that George's face again? We missed you, man. No, I'm
I did put things board in their place.
so that's how it's going to be.
McIntyre was a coach on the voice. She's working right next door to 633 on the new show called This Place is Stranger Than McIntyre. I think the best thing I can listen to was more fast 5 times. On the left side of that label what we call Hollywood Ocean, and it is featured on classic 3D horror from Late Jeffrey Dr. Gould. That's really Adam's World voice selection. Yeah, it's all fun and games until the tricky shows up. Let it barbecue up. We're going to take them to the couple of the back over on my music board. It's known as Little Europe. And the Universal of horror movies have two things in common. They had the monster and the angry villager. At some point in the movie, there was a monster and the villager got angry.
cannot hear you.
It's frozen. Very convenient.
20 seconds.
That's quieter when you came out of there.
All right, this whole thing is out, so we've got somebody coming to fix it for us. So we can just relax, have some cheese.
Comunque si apre adesso che posso anche, oppure sì, alcuni magari dei paradigmi particolari. Però immagino tipo quando sono dei punti particolari, dei fasi dei parti dei palazzi che la gente riconosce e fanno computer, quindi ci vanno, sono solo dei palazzi qualsiasi. Che devono toccato il cavo, le venisse sonno se ne avesse. Guarda, mi prendesse un bene. Se ci avevo visto quel DNC lì, ho detto, quello è il video e l'audio. E mi stavo a guardare. Anche perché sono molto attratto da niente.
become one of the supervisors at the tour. First off, thank you for your patience. We're going to have you moving here in just a second. Once we get you back to the theme park, back to the unloading area, we'd like to offer you all a one-time use express pass that you can use on another attraction later today to kind of make up for your lost time. So, thank you, everybody.
See? Where we can get the first at the end. Oh, okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Cool, you're good.
Thank you, Nick. You're humble and lovable.
Yeah, we'll talk.
So, free express passes. I want one of those. Hey, what? Well, thank you for your cooperation and patience, ladies and gentlemen. We have technical difficulties. These things happen when you're making movies and television shows and films. You can tell all your friends you have to be part of something for the tour. Really quick information. Hey, my memo's here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been quick, but with some goodies for consultation from time pass. They really take me to an actual soundstage. This soundstage is unique. It is the only split-level soundstage like it in Hollywood. Up above, we recreated the urban streets and the trucks and cars. Down below where we're going, a near the California subway station. And you know what? There's a production company using this stage. They're taking a break. They're giving us permission to come in just for a few moments. The turnstiles of the ticket district. You didn't know maybe you think this is a real subway station. Hang on a second. What's that big red button for now? I just wanted to know what the red button was for. Don't touch it! The 70-minute run of the quality was menaced by Great White Shark way back in 1975. Well, you know what? That was 50 years ago. And that Ron says the beach is all about tackling the whole family in space. Getting all those friends in there. Are you my friend or friend? Hit the water. Jordans and so forth. They have the cameras ready. Check this out. There's no one on the beach. It's just us. We go fishing, swimming, play some twister, maybe do some breakdancing later on. Until you hear the music like now. Yep, there's a shark out there. But don't worry, that shark is headed for that yellow barrel because sharks like to get like where did he come from? Hey, get out of there. The shark's out the yellow oxygen tank. What's he doing now? He's just showing off now. Quit playing with the shark like that. Let the shark go. Let the shark go. Sharks need to swim in order to breathe. Oh, hey, that's can't be good for you. We should call that in. Well, now the shark's headed back to the yellow barrel because there's a rump roast attached to it. I think they mean to catch this shark today. Let's stick around and watch. We'll park next to the gas tanks. We'll be safe here. Sharks don't like gas. It took the bait in the pier, too. I hope that flammable liquid doesn't ignite. What's that? What's that with the hot? How is it kind of hot? Wait a minute. Isn't that diver? Well, he's over here now. I didn't know he got over there, but he says it's okay. It's just a flesh wound. Take a look. Huh? By the way, Jaws was not filmed here. It was filmed on location 50 years ago in Martha's Vineyard, and this year is the 50th anniversary of the release of the movie Jaws. Now, you have seen this location in many other productions, including being dressed as Catacomb Murder, She Wrote Stein, Legion in Harrisburg. Look out for the shark. Catch all 12 seasons of Murder, She Wrote Stein on TikTok. Hey, can anybody still hear me? There's a possibility you may lose audio again. We could start again too. Then you got that music video that pictures of song Judas. And we're just in time for a demonstration. We'll give you take pictures, stand with your friends. Hey, let's make this more dramatic, shall we? How about some precipitation or rain? Hey, special effects! That rain is created by a sprinkler system above you, pointed upward. The water shoots up and out and looks like naturally falling rain for the camera. Probably noticed it's only raining on half of the tram up here. I guess you could call that a 50-50 chance of rain. Right, Jen? Right. Hey, that deep rumbling can't be good for you. It means there's a flash flood in the area, but you do not have to worry about that unless you're sitting in a blue suit. Or if you have blonde hair. Or if you're wearing black. Oh, I'll take color back there in a second if they try to rival you. Because that water's coming for you. Coming to hit you. You know what, Jim? That's a lot more water than I anticipated. Maybe we should go in it. But this didn't know it, so... Somebody else with it. How many times we did that against that wire? This movie filmed all over a lot.
You can't run the wall, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Millions and undermines Paul Giamatti. Get him, Pablo, get him. Hey, imagine a bunch of people in formal wear doing that. That's kind of what it looked like back in 1915 calling over the Founders Universal Studios. But it's every new cinema in this brand new studio. We invited politicians and movie stars. They showed up dressed up looking all good. But he had some surprising mechanical wreck similar to the flash flood we just experienced, only it was a breakaway dam. Worked just fine. People didn't know what to expect. They stood too close to it and there was too much water and it soaked everybody. Well, here we are in the oldest part of the lot, the Old West, and this is where it all began with Cole Lemon inviting the public in to watch the films and silent movies. This would eventually become the world-famous Universal Studios tour we all know and love today. So the guests could explore the sets, sit down in the bleachers, watch the filming of the silent movie, and have a box lunch, all for 25 cents. Now, we still use this neighborhood, we use this wasting set. It gives you quite a bit of time because you could actually work on the top of Hollywood. Some Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Robbie, Red Clinton, and Tino. And recently, Access Hollywood is here. So we're taking a segment to showcase Western style fashions for fans attending Beyonce's Cowboy Carter Tour. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the halfway mark of the tour. Keep in mind the studio is private property. If you happen to drop anything of value off the side of the tram, don't get out of the tram. Just give a tug on the emergency cord, sit back and relax. I will come back to assist you when it is safe to do so. And by the way, if you lose the sound again, give a tug on that emergency cord, let me know so we can remedy that. We're going to pass by Jaws Ride again, and we call it that because of its classification and attraction on theme parks. Can you tell me what the Jaws Ride is Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg?
The Jaws Ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Coming up on your left is the entrance to Colonial Street. That's what it looks like in there. You can't go in because of that big red sign that says Toy Center only. That's because they're using that neighborhood for the new series, The Burbs, that we're streaming on a streaming platform. Peacock, it stars Kiki Palmer, which is based on Motion. Each of the Burbs are going to the same location. That same location is known as the studio land for agencies that go, which is Desperate Housewives. And getting there it is, they're filming the Burbs. Besides that, I was really proud of that neighborhood because Ted also lives there. Let the festivities begin.
How many we got? Well, let's see. We got 20 cartons. Do you think we'll get into this? Come on, Johnny. We're doing a public service. If I can't leave the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town. Where's Samara?
See, you're right. Because after Edson, I won't even wear the costume. We have approximately 15 minutes left on the tour. Keep in mind the studio's private property. Look at this sheriff going by, making sure nobody gets off the tram. It's trespassing to get off, and they'll come and get you. So, please remain seated. Maybe check on the emergency cord. Sit back and relax. I'll come back to assist you when it is safe to do so. Whip out your cameras and note around you here we got picture cars. These are the vehicles that you see in the scene of your television show. Some of these vehicles have become just as famous as the stars who have driven them. How about we take a little pit stop into the most famous hotel in Hollywood, the Ming's Motel, from Alvin Hitchcock's thriller Psycho. So Anthony Perkins, Jeremiah, lived into the oldest, most famous structures still standing in Hollywood. Based on the Ming's Motel. Great photo opportunity here. Nice and quiet. Got the Bates Motel in the foreground, the Bates Mansion in the background. Looming, I should say. We're going to take that for a closer look at the Bates Mansion. Maybe there's something about the house as we approach. It seems to be diminishing or getting smaller. That's because the house was built to 3/4 scale, something that would look like a large house in the distance without building one. It's an old camera trick called the forced perspective. And if you're going to do close-up shots, you got to make sure that the windows and doors are proportionate. So you got these oversized doors and windows to make it appear as though you're standing in front of a much larger structure. And since this isn't a full-scale set, so we were not able to build interiors in here. All the interiors are filmed in sound stages. This is what we call a shell, as you see shell, not the inside. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. This is one of the largest sets ever built. Despite using these realistic life-size sets, the film still contains over 500 visual effect shots.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
Well, there's a lot of this set because other production companies have requested to use it. It's generic enough for that, so it's featured in episodes of Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's seen in the music video that features Rihanna and Nicki Minaj singing a song called Fly. And Ariana Grande was here recently, working on a short film. Working on a short film project called Brighter Days Ahead. And we also used the same area for the Whoville sets, featured in The Grinch, starring Jim Carrey, directed by Academy Award winner Ron Howard. And this area was also where we built Sightseeing Village for the Lost World Jurassic Park, directed by Academy Award winner Steven Spielberg. Then we're going to take you to one more large-scale set. It is called Jupiter's Claim. It is featured in Academy Award winner Jordan Peele's most recent film, Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Jimmy Fallon, and Stephen Young. And here now to tell you about the set is Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park.
It's the second biggest inflatable cowboy I've ever seen.
Over there, look into the winking lip and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one?
No.
No? Right. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live and anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the old rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the beautiful box. What's a mad miracle? You're going to find out. Welcome to the world.
This can't be good for you. And we do, don't look up. Do not look up. You looked up. There's nothing to see. I told you not to look up. Tour, that's a great example of building suspense and atmosphere without even seeing anything. Hey, everyone's taken the one through this Universal Studios tour at one time or another, including Academy Award-winning director Steven Spielberg, and I will let him tell you about that.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Grey Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
I hope you have the most amazing day to Universal Studios Hollywood. That concludes the Universal Studio tour. It's been my pleasure. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the tour with us today. Please show patience with us. Annual pass holders will see you again soon. If you're not an annual pass holder, technically stick to the Universal box office. Turn it into an annual pass. Come back and visit us again and again. Download that Universal Studios Hollywood app. Right here the show times and wait times for the attractions throughout the day. Also the instructions on how to visit SuperRun.World. You have to say it like that too. And if you're interested in purchasing one of the movies or television shows that you saw on the tour today, check out our website on TRAM. Right here on our retail stores in the park. The park closes at 6 p.m. this evening. We're going for the Universal Contest next day. Well, my name is Marcellus. Our driver's name is Jen. And on behalf of all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood experience. Now remember, you were told that you're going to get goodies express pass to you and your party, your family, and your party that you're going to have later on. So don't hop off of the tram. Just wait for your hand that to you as you get off of the tram. Alright, we're heading back to the theme park, and questions for me out there for you. See, my name is Marcellus, our driver's name is Jim, and together we're the Wild Stallion. Here's the garden. Alright, we're going to come in first. Please bring your seats to the upright position. Hold up your snack trays and put your socks back on. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you very much. I'll be here all in. The train because they'll hold it up and stop. Thank you.
Just before we get you out, we're going to hand all of you a priority pass just for the inconvenience that happened today. So I'm going to come up to each one of you, ask how many is in your party, let me know, because each of these is going to be good for 6 people. So if you have more than 6 people, you'll get 2 of these, okay? How many in your party? Just 1? Perfect. How many in your party? Just 2? Here you go.
Thank you.
How many in your party? How many? Okay.